sisters, these magical sisters. I mean, we get them in all kinds of things. So, you know, you've got like the three faiths in Greek mythology and so on, and the three norns in Nordic mythology, I absolutely love. But in these Italian stories, these fantastic, magical three sisters, we've got to meet them again, haven't we? Come on, let's meet them again in another Italian story, another Italian folk tale, which is this time about three beautiful young ladies, aged 88, 91, and 96. Now, they're very rich women, and they sit on their balconies, called the gaze, apparently. Women used to sit in their balconies and just gaze down, you see, at all the people down below, the gaze. And they were gazing down, drinking their wine, and the elder sister, she looked down, and she saw this really gorgeous young fella. She just liked the look of him. She couldn't help herself. She had a perfumed handkerchief with her, and she just kind of couldn't resist it. She just dropped it, and I went inside. Now, this young man didn't see her. He just caught the handkerchief. Ooh, it was so fragrant. He looked up, and he couldn't see the woman, but he smelt the handkerchief, and he could imagine what she was like. Yeah, it obviously belonged to someone very beautiful. It belonged to someone with lovely long dark hair and great black eyelashes, and someone who had a big full pouting mouth, and oh, he had to find out who she was. So the next day, he knocked at the door, and the elder sister tiptoed to the door. Now they had little shutters, you see, and the shutters go back. And she says, yes. He says, is there a beautiful young lady who lives here? Yes, she says, 3 actually. He says, well, it's this handkerchief, you say, I need to find out who it belongs to. Oh, come back tomorrow, she says, and I'll make sure she's here. Well, can you imagine what he's like for those 24 hours? His imagination's now going wild, what she looks like, what she smells like this handkerchief. Oh, he can't wait. Now, in the meantime, the 96-year-old gets a silk glove and puts it on, and she gets someone locally to make these kind of long fingernails that are stuck on. And when he comes back the next day, she pushes back the shutter. He says, you there? She says, yes. Oh, let me see you. No, I can't, she says. But you may touch my hand. Well, he cannot believe the feel of these silky fingers. He cannot believe the elegance of the fingernails. And now his imagination is going wild. He can imagine this silky hand turning into a silky arm, turning into a silky shoulder, body, oh, with a tiny waist, and long wild hair, marry me! He says. She says, ooh, yes. Let's meet at the church tomorrow. And she doesn't know what's possessed her. Well, she does really, but she doesn't like to say. Oh, yes, she says, meet at the church tomorrow. And we will be wed that night. She gets the best dressmaker in. And the dressmaker makes her a corset. And the corset is pulled so tight so that it makes literally this shape. She's quite anyway. And this beautiful long dress. And she gets another glove made with the fingernails. And she gets the dressmaker to make her layers and layers and layers and layers of veil. And the next day, she goes to the church and she's waiting for him. And he sees her and sees this gorgeous figure. And he can smell her fragrance. It's just like that handkerchief. And he stands there and he marries her. And he's just about to lift up the veil. And she says, later, darling. Well, he cannot wait. He picks her up, he whisks her back to the palace. Oh, let me get changed, she says. Let my sisters help me. And so he waits downstairs. And her 2 sisters come into the bedroom with and they wait for it to get very, very dark. And then the other two sisters call him up. She's ready, they say. But you see, what she hasn't taken into account is, in his pocket, he's got a candle. And he lights it. And he comes up to the beautiful bed. And he puts the candle right up to her face. You can't believe it. Oh, she's all wrinkly, just not like. He said, "You!" And he grabs her by the nightie. He says, "You have conned me. You have cheated me." And now, all that lovely imagination, all that beauty that he's imagined, has all dissipated. And he's so angry, he gets hold of her, and he literally flings her around his head and throws her over the balcony. And he's just lying in the bed and he thinks, "Oh my goodness, what have I done?" Well, for about 5 seconds anyway, he thinks, "May as well go to sleep." As a kid. Fortunately for the sister, there's a hook on the balcony. And fortunately for the sister, her nightie has caught her. She's dangling by a lighter. It's late at night. And who should come along? The 3 magical sisters. They've been on a girls' night out, obviously. They're giggling a little bit, but boy do they giggle when they see her hanging from that hook. They look up and it really makes them laugh. And they say, "Hey, what's happened to you then?" And she tells them the whole story. Oh, they say, "Then, in that case, perhaps you'd like a few wishes?" "I'd like to give you a wish," says the first magical sister. "I wish for you that you are beautiful, young and beautiful." "I wish for you," says the second sister, that your husband has a conscience and becomes a better man, a much better man. And the third sister said, "What can I do for you?" "Oh, I know. Young married couple, you don't want any interference from family relatives, do you? I wish for you that you never had any family to interfere with your married life." Off they go, giggling into the distance. The young man suddenly wakes up. Oh my goodness. Did I really do that? I can't believe it. I didn't throw her over. He runs to the balcony. "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry," he says. "I don't care what you look like." And he brings her back over the balcony. And to his delight, he sees that she's absolutely beautiful. He touches her face. He says, I promise you I will never ever do that to you again." And she looks at him and says, "It's our wedding night, you know." Back they go into the bedroom. The next day, the 2 other sisters are wondering what's happened, because I mean, like, it's getting quite late and they still seem to be in there. So they wait and they wait and they wait until the young man goes in to get a shower. The first sister comes in and says, "My goodness, look at you, you're absolutely gorgeous. What happened?" And she doesn't know why, but she just tells a lie. I think she feels probably a little bit embarrassed, and she says, "Whoa, I didn't know what to do last night, you know, when you left me here, and so I went down to the carpenter's inn, and he got out his plane and he shaved off my old wrinkles on my face." She's off. The sister's gone. She's come down to the carpenter's. "Shave this off," she says. Sadly, she dies. Now, the other sister comes in, and she says, "What on earth happened was, my husband got really angry with me, and he threw me over the balcony. "That's for me," she says. Splat. No interference from any family now. And the young couple live happily ever after.